Today I'm going to be opening up my new tripod and setting it up. There's a couple steps that I have to set up in order for me to use this to its fullest potential. And once I have it set up, I'll put it back in the bag, or I'll get ready to use it. Initially, when you open this, you're gonna see that there's these tiny little clips. All you have to do is just pop them back, and then it'll release the legs, and you should be able to freely open them. And at the bottom, it's got this kind of Manfrotto logo, and it just pops and clicks. The feet are they have a joint, so depending on terrain, it could grip this way, that way. You can set it up however you want. And so we're gonna open these lower clips here, and that's gonna extend the legs from the bottom. Same thing goes for this side. Extend the lower ones from the bottom. Now that I did that, there's this lower mount, like a adjuster to twist on, and I have to twist it in order for me to take out the LED light and insert the battery. Inside the pocket, I have all the stuff to set it up. So I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna set this up as a right-handed setup. So there's notches here. I'm gonna screw this in there, and then I should have this good to go. So I like the option that it gives you a right-handed or a left-handed. For right now, I'll set it up as a right-handed, but there's been situations where I had a really small angle, and I'm not left-handed, but I didn't want this to swing out and hit the wall, and I had it set up for a tilt, so you can move it and have it to a left-handed and still use your right hand. So I think that's a really cool feature as far as having versatility of your tripod. This other knob here loosens up the screw, and you can extend your pole even further to give you even more leverage. So in comparisons to my other non-video tripod, that's another really cool thing about this tripod. It gives you more leverage. The longer the handle is, the silkier, the smoother the pan is going to be. So it makes for really good pans. Now I gotta adjust the bubble, and the only way to adjust the bubble and then have this level is through the bottom. And so I would have to loosen up the bottom, adjust the bubble, which is in here, and then have it nice and set. So for right now, I adjusted the bubble, righty tighty, lefty loosey, and it's good to go. It's gonna be a pain when I put it back in the bag, being like all the way extended, so I collapse. Generally for one of these, the mounting plate right here is really easy to set up. You just have to locate exactly where this would screw on. Lens facing that way, bottom screw for your camera. Very self-explanatory. You find the bigger one, or you kind of thread it in. It's a little bit tight, so just kind of find the thread, give it a couple twists, and it's in. Locking back and forth. A lot of people use a quarter or use stuff like that, but I nick these guys out. So if you can, find yourself a solid screwdriver and throw it in the bag. As far as me, I have this giant screwdriver that I have. It never fails. In a pinch, yeah, use a quarter or whatever, but over time you're gonna wear that little thing. So protect your equipment, make it last a long time. So this is just a slide and lock, and so slide it in, it locks in place. And this holds it from sliding anymore after you set it up. And that's it. So you would lock it in. As far as taking it out, has one push button right here. It looks like a half moon. You press on that and you wait for gravity to give it back to you. It presses this tiny little lever, and there's no side thing that you could put it in. Literally just have to slide it in. Lens being forward, it even has notches there, so if you're in the dark or something, I've noticed that they notch things. So if you start memorizing your equipment, you hit those notches there, and when you're coming in, they're just like boom. And this won't be a problem when the screw, when you have your camera on there, because it'll suck it tight to the top. Right now it gets stuck on there because you get ready to push it in, and then that screw, nothing's pushing it up, so it's falling down and it's hitting the bottom plate of the camera, of the tripod. See, you just have to push it up a little bit and it slides in. But when the camera's there, again, it'll push it tight to the top, and that won't be a problem going forward. So back there's just this little tiny plate, and there's a hole in the bottom, and then I use my big screwdriver and see if I can pop it out. And once I pop that out, I have a battery, and then this is a CR12203 volt. So I'll put this in there and it should give me light. Just had to push on it through the bottom, but I didn't know exactly where. But tiny little gap right there, and I found it a lot easier to just pry it out. So once you pry it out, pull this up. I'm gonna go ahead and rip out this battery, and the side with the writing goes facing up. So screw and key element, because once you put it in, then you might have to take it out if you don't get the key writing to go up. Once this came out, it was really easy. Once you pry this out, now you have the bottom, and then the writing, which is also has a plus, and there's a tiny little plus on there. But some people do the mistake of putting it on backwards. Definitely slide it in. It's a little tough, a little resistance sliding it in, but just slide it right in, and that's it. And then insert it back just the way we pulled it out. And there's no way to confuse it too. The notch right there aligns with that notch over here. Slide it in, and it's tight. Then you hit your light on, and it turns on yellow, and it turns off by itself. It's on a little timer, or you can turn it off when you're done. So you have a lower screw right here for this tripod. That's exactly how you would control the side-to-side movements. Then you have the top one that does vertical up and down. If it has some type of gas, it gives it a really smooth move. But if you don't tighten it up, it just continuously falls until it goes low all the way to the bottom. Loosen this up, give me my side to side, tighten this up like at an angle there, and this is to tighten up this plate. Tighten up the plate. In order for you to release, find your D right here, and then send it home. Push it all the way back. Continue pushing it back. 2 locks, and then it goes all the way out. Put this in, lock it in place, and get ready to use it. Once you level it out, it's good to go. You put on your arm. Some instructions as far as this lower bottom part. It says to manually pull it up and be careful when closing it, because if it's sticking out, it can damage your tripod. So the regular screw that it comes with is a 1/4. I'd have to put that on top of the other screw in order for me to make it a 1/4 to a 3/8. And I'm pretty sure that my camera is a 1/4. Putting it all back together, but now it's time to see if we can close it all up. Definitely lift up on this and come straight up. Pull your legs. What I was talking about is like if you're in a hurry, see how this lower bracket part comes in there? You can crush it and pinch it outside. So it's important to take your time and kind of get those in there. Those clips here, they're actually really fucking annoying. I just had it for like a little bit, but they're annoying as shit, and they're really easy to lose. Obviously, you don't want to lose this guy here. So it's something that I'm gonna put in the bag. Manfrotto is really good as far as putting stuff together, where it just kind of fits, and you have it tucked in all away and everything, nice and neat. But these, that's just really cheap. I mean, I don't have anything Manfrotto that feels or is like super cheap like this. This is something that I'm gonna lose. Going out or once or twice out and going to go do like anything as far as up in a mountain or Mount Rainier or something like that, I'll pop it open, or this automatically just, if I forget, this thing, the plastic, you can stretch it out and it'll just snap, like completely break off after. So yeah, definitely this thingy. I don't know if it's to keep this together. It feels like it's just to keep the legs together while you're traveling, but yeah, these are all over the place. Other than that, like tripod's just really nice, well put together. Wow, I never had like a. I mean, I had the other tripod, but yeah, they just make really nice quality tripod. So this is the Manfrotto M46B. It's just really weird that this bottom thing that holds the legs together from spreading apart way too far out. It's kind of just bashing it all over the place, but it's whatever. I leveled in the dot, insert the battery, got my arm in there, or my leverage, my leverage arm. I put it at a lower angle, hook this up, and I'm ready to put a camera on.